Welcome to your first presentation in biology class. For this presentation, we're going to be learning about the properties of water. Some of this may be a review for you, but some of this will be new and interesting. You're going to want to follow along with your fill-in-the-blank notes. Water is essential for all life on Earth. It is what makes our planet livable. Water is odorless, tasteless, transparent, and as you are familiar with it, it exhibits a bluish tinge. Water is so important, it covers 71% of Earth's surface. It makes up 60% of our bodies, and 92% of our blood is water. It's a molecule that is fundamental for all life, and without it, every living thing would die. Your first key word is without. There are 4 major properties of water, but some individuals separate the properties into subcategories. You will learn about the following properties of water and how they are important for life on Earth. There's polarity, hydrogen bonding, solubility, which is also known as universal solvent. A solvent is something that dissolves other particles, so water can dissolve other particles. We'll talk about water's neutral pH, its surface tension, cohesion and adhesion, water's density, and its high specific heat. Let's look into the polarity of water molecules. A water molecule is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. They bond in a way that gives water molecules polarity. Electrons are pulled towards the oxygen molecule. Remember that electrons are negative, so this makes the oxygen more negative. This also takes electrons away from the hydrogen atoms, which makes the hydrogen atoms more positive. Your second keyword is water. Water molecules can connect to each other because of their polarity. Just like magnets, opposites attract to each other. The positive end of 1 hydrogen atom can attract to the negative end of 1 oxygen atom. This interaction forms a strong bond, but it is still weaker than the covalent bond of a water molecule. This strong interaction is called a hydrogen bond. Your third key word is Earth. Water's polarity also allows it to attract other polar substances. Because of this, water can dissolve more substances than any other liquid, which is why it is known as the universal solvent. The dissolving power of water is very important for life on Earth because water carries dissolved chemicals, minerals, and nutrients that are used to support living things. You just learned that 92% of your blood is made of water. Your blood not only carries your red blood cells, it also carries important ions that are needed throughout your entire body. This is why it is very important to have a high water concentration in the bloodstream. Water has a high surface tension due to its polarity. Molecules at the surface of water stick together to form a type of tension on the water. This tension is so strong it can support very light objects, like a penny or an insect like water striders. Your fourth key word is wood. Cohesion and adhesion are both properties of water that come from water being polar. Cohesion causes water molecules to stick to other water molecules. This property makes water molecules bubble up to form drops instead of spreading out into thin layers. Adhesion causes water molecules to stick to other polar molecules or polar substances. We see adhesion at play when water sticks to the side of surfaces like your water bottle or the glass of a car's windshield. To help you remember the difference, think of this spider web example. Water droplets adhere to a spider web, while cohesion forms droplets. Now, capillary action is a process that uses both cohesion and adhesion, allowing water to move up through plant roots to stems, and it allows water to move through the smallest vessels in your body, known as capillaries. In capillary action, water molecules stick to the side of vessels and stick to each other. By force, water molecules pull each other through the vessels. pH is a measure of how acidic or basic a solution is. It is determined by the hydrogen ion concentration, also known as how many hydrogen ions there are compared to other ions or molecules. pH is written with a lowercase p and a capital H. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. A solution that has a pH lower than 7 is considered acidic, and a solution with a pH higher than 7 is considered alkaline, which is also known as basic. Pure water has a neutral pH of 7. Every liquid in your life has a neutral pH. For example, your blood has a pH of 7.35. It is important to keep your blood at its optimal pH because it needs the appropriate hydrogen concentration to function properly. Water is unique when it comes to its density as a solid. Most liquids become more dense when temperatures decrease, as their molecules slow down. Ice becomes less dense as it cools and expands. In ice structure, the molecules line up to form a very open crystalline structure, which is less than dense liquid water. This is why ice floats. Ice is actually very important for aquatic ecosystems in Arctic regions of the Earth because it helps to insulate the water below, keeping ocean and lake temperatures warmer for aquatic life. The final property of water we will discuss is its high specific heat. Water has the highest specific heat of all liquids. It takes water a longer time to heat up and a longer time to cool down compared to all other liquids. This property is caused by hydrogen bonding of water molecules. Because hydrogen bonds are so strong, it takes more heat to break them, and they retain that heat energy than before cooling off completely. High specific heat is considered the amount of heat 1 gram of substance must absorb or lose to change its temperature, just by 1 degree Celsius. When comparing the heat energy absorption of the ocean water versus sand, the same amount of heat energy applied to sand and water will always cause the water to heat at a much slower rate than the sand. This is why the Earth has a livable atmosphere. 71% of the Earth is covered in water, and this helps absorb the bulk of the sun's energy rays. Your fifth keyword is die. So use your keywords to complete the phrase at the top of your notes. Use your notes to complete your notes check-in and to help you along with each of your assignments within this first level.